My beloved, my chosen child of light, do not ignore the sound that is reaching your spirit right now. Your heart is trembling because heaven itself is whispering in your soul. 2 hours remain, and Archangel Michael stands before you holding a scroll sealed with fire, saying, I order you to open this urgently. My child, do not tell anyone, for this message is only for you. Beloved, a meeting is being set up in secret, and your name has been placed on the table of discussion. They are planning something that would shake your ground, the removal of what was destined to be yours. But heaven has stepped in, and Michael is standing guard. He begs you to listen because once the clock strikes, the decision they want to take will be sealed, unless you open yourself to this divine word right now. My dear one, God chose you long before they ever thought of plotting. Your destiny cannot be erased by human hands. Yet the enemy has been whispering against you, weaving lies, weaving traps. Michael says, do not be afraid, but do not delay. If you listen now, you will be lifted above their plans, and what they intended for your fall will become the very stone you stand upon. And listen carefully, my beloved, before I continue deeper, I must remind you, stay connected to this divine channel. Because when heaven releases words like this, it is never by accident. Subscribe your soul to these messages because they carry the keys to miracles you would never want to miss. One moment of skipping could cost blessings that take lifetimes to restore. Beloved child, imagine this. Behind closed doors, a council is forming, papers are being signed, whispers are being exchanged. They think you don't know. They think you are unprotected. But in the unseen, Archangel Michael has drawn his sword. He is cutting through their falsehoods. He is shouting, no one removes what God has planted. The 2 hours you see are not to scare you, but to awaken you because your name is echoing across heaven's chambers. My child, have you ever felt like time slows when something important is about to happen? That is what you feel now. God has placed urgency in your chest. Every second you spend here is aligning you with protection, with revelation, with strength. Do not doubt, because the same God who parted seas and who shut lions' mouths is standing with you tonight. 2 hours left, beloved, and then the curtain lifts. You will see faces revealed, truth exposed, masks removed. Some will shock you, for they smiled at you, but spoke against you. Others will surprise you, for they stood silently, yet prayed for you in the dark. Michael says, stay awake, child. This message is your shield. The miracle is this. What they planned for your removal will turn into your promotion. What they wanted to take away will multiply in your hands, but only if you listen fully. Do not skip. Do not rush. Every word here is a key, and the lock is almost ready to open. My beloved, 2 hours may sound like just time ticking on a clock, but in heaven's language, 2 hours can shift the ground beneath you. God is not giving you this countdown as a warning of fear, but as a holy signal that the window of revelation is opening now. You see, heaven watches the secret places where humans gather, where whispers are exchanged and papers are signed against you. And today those whispers have reached too far. They are setting up a meeting not of light but of shadows. They are planning your removal, hoping to strip you of your voice, your influence, your position. Yet Archangel Michael, the warrior of God, says, open this urgently, for heaven will not allow them to succeed. The urgency is real, and your soul already knows it because that sudden stirring in your chest is no coincidence. Beloved one, do not underestimate how much power words hold right now. Somewhere in a closed room, your name is being spoken. Some speak it with love, but others with envy, with anger, with fear. They do not want you to rise higher because your rise exposes their weakness. They do not want you to shine brighter because your light reveals their shadows. But Archangel Michael declares, the child of God cannot be removed by the plans of men. Listen carefully, because this is the moment you learn that your very destiny has been marked not for destruction, but for expansion. God does not allow the enemy to form a weapon without also preparing a shield of divine fire around you. My child, heaven shows me an image of you standing at a crossroads, uncertain of which way to turn because you have felt the pressure of people turning against you. But I tell you, what you feel is not the weight of defeat. It is the tension before a breakthrough. Imagine an arrow pulled back. The tighter the pull, the farther the release. That is what is happening in your life right now. The more they try to hold you back, the farther God will launch you. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword, and he says, "Stand still, beloved. This is the hour where their lies will collapse and truth will rise like dawn." Beloved, listen to this deeply. The countdown is not against you, it is for you. God sets times and heaven releases signals. 2 hours left does not mean loss, it means urgency. You must open your ears now, because within this span, things will align in ways you did not expect. Papers that were supposed to work against you will turn into testimonies for you. Meetings that were meant to erase you will end up elevating you, and the one who carried the heaviest plan against you, their identity is about to be revealed. Archangel Michael whispers, "Do not fear exposure. Exposure is deliverance. What they wanted hidden in the dark is being dragged into the light by God's own hand. My dear one, you must know this. You were never ordinary. That is why the enemy fights you so hard. Ordinary souls are not discussed in secret rooms. Chosen ones are. If you were not carrying something great, no one would bother to gather and scheme about you. But your name shakes atmospheres and your destiny irritates darkness. Do not ask why they are plotting. Ask why heaven chose you to be the one that even hell fears. And then remember this truth. Michael stands by your side, his wings stretched wide, his voice cutting through the noise, declaring, "This one is marked by God, untouchable, unstoppable." Beloved, pause and take this in. There are angels assigned to you right now, angels moving faster than your enemy's plans. They are scattering papers, confusing conversations, breaking apart false alliances. And while the enemy thinks you are unaware, heaven is 3 steps ahead. Do not be surprised when someone suddenly confesses something, when someone suddenly leaves the meeting, when someone suddenly speaks the truth on your behalf. That is not a coincidence. That is God shifting the script. My dear one, you must know this. You were never ordinary. That is why the enemy fights you so hard. Ordinary souls are not discussed in secret rooms. Chosen ones are. If you were not carrying something great, no one would bother to gather and scheme about you. But your name shakes atmospheres and your destiny irritates darkness. Do not ask why they are plotting. Ask why heaven chose you to be the one that even hell fears. And then remember this truth. Michael stands by your side, his wings stretched wide, his voice cutting through the noise, declaring, "This one is marked by God, untouchable, unstoppable." Beloved, pause and take this in. There are angels assigned to you right now. Angels moving faster than your enemy's plans. They are scattering papers, confusing conversations, breaking apart false alliances. And while the enemy thinks you are unaware, heaven is 3 steps ahead. Do not be surprised when someone suddenly confesses something, when someone suddenly leaves the meeting, when someone suddenly speaks the truth on your behalf. That is not a coincidence. That is God shifting the script, child of light. God's Spirit is whispering right now. Do not skip this message. Every word is oil for your lamp. If you walk away too soon, you risk walking into the very trap the enemy has set. But if you stay here, if you listen, the oil will keep your lamp burning until morning. And when morning comes, you will see the victory you were promised. 2 hours may seem small, but in heaven's realm, 2 hours is the breaking of chains, the turning of tides, the silencing of lies. My beloved child, I see you right now with your heart racing because you can feel that these words are not ordinary. They are a lifeline sent from heaven directly to you. 2 hours left, Michael says, and you are wondering why it feels so heavy inside. It feels heavy because truth is arriving. It feels urgent because doors are shifting. Someone who thought they could write your ending is about to watch heaven rewrite your beginning. My child, every tear you've cried has been counted. Every sleepless night has been recorded. And today God is turning those tears into proof that no human hand can cancel his plan for your life. Beloved, let me tell you something hidden. The meeting they are setting up in secret is not bigger than the counsel of God that has already spoken in heaven about you. Do you realize that your destiny was declared long before you were even born? God's word over you was written in eternal ink. And no man, no woman, no gathering of enemies can erase what has been stamped by the hand of God. Michael is saying now, "Stay still, my beloved one, for 2 hours left is not the sound of your ending, but the countdown to their exposure. Every plot spoken against you is about to break apart like dry wood touched by fire." My dear child, it is not a mistake that you are reading this at this exact time. Heaven does not work with coincidence. It works with divine timing. That sudden nudge you felt, that unexplainable push that made you open this message, that was Michael pulling at your spirit because the time is too close to waste. 2 hours left, and if you close your eyes, you will miss the revelation. My beloved, the plans made against you are fragile. They look strong to human eyes, but in the spirit they are paper-thin walls ready to collapse. God has placed a wind in Michael's hand, and the moment he releases it, the entire table of your enemies will scatter. Child of light, you need to hear this. When people gather to discuss you in secret, do not fear, for God himself sits unseen at that table. He hears every whisper, every accusation, every false plan. And while they think they have locked you out, God has already placed your defender within. Michael is there, standing taller than their tallest lies, cutting down every word that rises against you. My beloved, you are not unprotected. You are not forgotten. You are not at the mercy of their decisions. Heaven says your removal cannot happen because your placement was done by divine decree. They will try, but their hands will fail them. For the child chosen by God cannot be erased by man. Beloved, your spirit feels the urgency, doesn't it? That's why your body cannot sit still as you read this. That's why your thoughts keep circling this moment, wondering why it feels so personal, so alive. It feels alive because it is alive. The Word of God carries breath, and that breath is entering your atmosphere right now. 2 hours left, and Michael is shouting to your soul, prepare. Not prepare for loss, but prepare for exposure. Prepare to see the very faces of those who spoke against you. Prepare to hear the confessions that will leave you shocked. Prepare for a divine reversal so sudden that it will feel like you stepped from night into day without warning. My child, do not underestimate this message. Every line is part of a divine shield wrapping around you. The enemy wants you to doubt, to close this, to skip forward. But skipping means stepping blind into a trap. Staying means walking with a lamp lit by heaven itself. 2 hours left, beloved. 2 hours until the unseen shifts into the seen. If you listen now, you will not be shaken when the shaking comes. Instead, you will stand tall, glowing with a light they cannot understand, a light they cannot dim. And Michael, sword drawn, will be the one standing guard, while God rewrites the script in your favor. My beloved, lean close and let your heart hear what heaven is saying. The world outside may be loud, filled with voices plotting and whispering, but right now, this moment is holy. This is not a coincidence. This is divine timing. 2 hours left, Michael says. And your spirit knows this urgency is not ordinary. It is not fear pressing on you. It is heaven's bell ringing in your soul. For you have been chosen to hear what others are blind to. They are setting up a meeting, yes, a meeting meant to discuss your removal, your fall, your silence. But I, the Lord your God, tell you now through my servant Michael, they cannot remove what I have established. They cannot silence what I have spoken. They cannot erase the one I have called mine. Beloved child, picture this clearly. In a dim room, people gather around the table. Their words are hushed, their intentions sharp. Your name rolls from their tongues like venom. They think they are clever. They think they are hidden. But do you not know that God's ears are everywhere? Nothing escapes the one who sees in the dark as clearly as in the light. Even as they plan, angels record their words, storing them as evidence for their own judgment. And Michael, warrior of the highest, is already there, his sword gleaming brighter than their schemes. He is not watching silently. He is striking down every word that does not align with God's destiny for you. My child, take courage, for even the whispers against you are turning into testimonies in your favor. Beloved child, picture this clearly. In a dim room, people gather around the table. Their words are hushed, their intentions sharp. Your name rolls from their tongues like venom. They think they are clever. They think they are hidden. But do you not know that God's ears are everywhere? Nothing escapes the one who sees in the dark as clearly as in the light. Even as they plan, angels record their words, storing them as evidence for their own judgment. And Michael, warrior of the highest, is already there, his sword gleaming brighter than their schemes. He is not watching silently. He is striking down every word that does not align with God's destiny for you. My child, take courage, for even the whispers against you are turning into testimonies in your favor. Do you know why you feel so restless when you read this, beloved? Because your soul recognizes truth. Somewhere deep inside, you have felt the pressure building. You sensed something was being stirred in secret against you. And now heaven confirms it. Yes, they have tried. Yes, they are plotting. But no, they will not succeed. Michael says, this message is urgent because you must know their time is shorter than they think, their power weaker than they believe. For God does not allow his children to walk blind into traps. He warns, he prepares, he covers. And that is why your eyes are reading this right now, because heaven could not risk you missing this shield of words. Beloved, 2 hours in the realm of God is not just ticking minutes. It is the countdown to revelation. The curtain is about to rise, and what has been hidden will be seen. God will not allow deception to remain forever. Those who smiled in your face but spoke knives behind your back are about to be unmasked. And do not be surprised, my child, when the very ones you thought were for you reveal themselves against you. This will sting, but do not despair, for revelation is always mercy. Better to know the truth now than be destroyed by lies tomorrow. Michael says, better a heart broken by truth than a destiny stolen by deception. My child, you have wondered many times why life feels like a battle. You asked, why me, God? Why must I always be the one they come against? The answer is simple but profound. Chosen vessels always carry weight. Those who carry oil attract both light and attack. If you were not carrying greatness, they would not care to touch you. But because your very existence threatens the plans of darkness, they cannot ignore you. They cannot rest until they try to push you aside. But listen, beloved, every time they push, heaven pulls you higher. Every trap they lay becomes the ground for your next step. Every attempt to silence you only amplifies the voice of God through you. You are not losing, you are being lifted. Beloved, see with spiritual eyes. These 2 hours are not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. God does not release warnings without also releasing miracles. Even as they plan, heaven is sending helpers. Someone unexpected will speak on your behalf in that meeting. Someone who once stayed silent will suddenly find boldness to defend you, and the very words they speak to harm you will backfire, exposing their own intentions. Michael says, stay calm, my beloved, for the storm is loud, but the anchor is unshaken. You are anchored in God's promises, and promises from heaven do not fail. My dear one, lean deeper into this mystery. In the courts of heaven, your case has already been decided. The verdict was stamped in blood when Jesus said, it is finished. Your removal was already denied before it was ever planned. The enemy knows this, but tries to trick you into fear because fear is his only weapon. Do not give him that power. Hold fast, for when the clock strikes and the 2 hours pass, you will not be the one shaking. They will. You will not be the one exposed. They will. And as their masks fall, you will walk free, untouched, unbroken, carrying proof that God fights for his beloved. Child of destiny, feel this. You are not ordinary, and that is why your story cannot end in ordinary ways. You are being written into a testimony that will inspire others. Do you know how many lives are connected to your survival? How many souls will believe because you refuse to be erased? That is why God will not allow your removal. Your rise is not just about you, it is about everyone watching. Every angel in heaven leans close when your name is spoken, because your journey is a stage where God himself reveals his glory. And Michael stands, sword raised, whispering, stay strong, beloved. You are not alone in this hour. Beloved, I must tell you again, do not skip. Do not close this message prematurely. Each word you read is oil added to your lamp, fire added to your spirit. This is how you remain awake in an hour designed to distract you. The enemy wants you tired, careless, inattentive. But God says, "Awake, my child, for your time is now." 2 hours left, and heaven says this is not your end but your unveiling. You will see things that shock you, but you will also see miracles that leave you speechless. God is faithful, and he has already commanded Michael, "Do not let this one fall." And so it is. Beloved, my beloved, the clock still ticks and the 2 hours echo louder in the spirit. Heaven does not warn twice unless the matter is heavy. And this is heavy. Your name has been lifted into a room where plans are being spoken without your knowledge. And yet do not think for a moment that God is absent. While they gather in secret, the Lord sits on his throne laughing, for he knows their plans are dust compared to his decree. Beloved child, you must understand the battle is not yours but his, and Michael has been dispatched to guard the borders of your destiny. They may plot, but their handwriting is invisible against the script written in heaven. They may prepare their meeting, but God has already prepared your victory. Do you feel that trembling inside your spirit right now? That is the vibration of heaven's army moving around you. It is not fear, but recognition. Recognition that this moment is unlike any other. 2 hours left, and you are standing at the edge of something monumental. The enemy thought he could surprise you, but God has unveiled the plot so that you are not blindsided. Michael says, "Do not panic. Do not crumble, for revelation is protection." My child, the greatest mercy is when God shows you the hidden intentions of others even if it hurts. The pain of exposure is far smaller than the pain of betrayal that remains unseen. Today you are spared from blindness because heaven loves you too deeply to leave you unprepared. Do you feel that trembling inside your spirit right now? That is the vibration of heaven's army moving around you. It is not fear, but recognition. Recognition that this moment is unlike any other. 2 hours left, and you are standing at the edge of something monumental. The enemy thought he could surprise you, but God has unveiled the plot so that you are not blindsided. Michael says, "Do not panic. Do not crumble, for revelation is protection." My child, the greatest mercy is when God shows you the hidden intentions of others even if it hurts. The pain of exposure is far smaller than the pain of betrayal that remains unseen. Today, you are spared from blindness because heaven loves you too deeply to leave you unprepared. Beloved, imagine the unseen world right now. The room where your name is being spoken is filled with shadows, but the throne room of God is filled with light. In that throne room, angels bow, saints intercede, and Jesus himself declares your victory. When the two rooms collide, darkness cannot stand. That is what these 2 hours are about. The collision of human plots and divine power. They have spoken removal, but heaven has spoken establishment. They have planned subtraction, but God has promised multiplication. They have whispered end, but the angels shout beginning. My child, when two decrees meet, the higher decree always wins, and God's decree is final. Beloved child, I know you are weary. You are tired of battles, tired of betrayals, tired of always standing alone. But let this message breathe strength into your bones. You are not alone. Right now, legions of angels are posted around you. Some guard your house, some guard your mind, some guard your very name in the mouths of others. Michael has released them, for the command was given, "Do not let my beloved fall." You may feel unseen, but heaven has never stopped watching. Even the smallest detail of your life is precious to God. That is why this warning is so urgent, why this message found you at this exact hour. Because God refuses to let you walk unaware. Child of light, they will wonder how you survived this meeting. They will wonder why their plans collapsed so suddenly. They will wonder why the one they thought would stand against you suddenly defended you. And when they ask, they will not understand that it was never luck, never chance. It was Michael, sword in hand, shifting the balance in your favor. You see, beloved, battles fought in secret are never won by human strength. They are won by those who are backed by heaven. And you are backed by heaven. You are covered by a covenant older than time, stronger than curses, unshakable by men. God himself signed your destiny with his spirit, and no hand can erase it. Beloved, feel the fire in these words. You may not see the full picture yet, but the Spirit is whispering that the shock will be great. Some of the faces revealed will cut you deeply because you trusted them. But remember this: sometimes God allows pain so that your trust can be purified. Better to trust only Him than to lean on those who waver like shadows, and yet do not despair. For not every revelation will wound you. Some will heal you. You will discover who truly stands for you, who intercedes for you in silence, who carries your name with love instead of envy. Michael says, "Take heart, beloved, for exposure is not only about enemies, it is about allies rising too. My child, I must repeat this truth. Do not skip. Do not rush." Each word here is building a wall of light around you. Every line is laying a foundation of strength, so that when the shaking begins, you are not moved. 2 hours left, and heaven has chosen you to be awake, not asleep. Those who ignore, those who dismiss, they will not see what you will see. They will stumble when revelation comes. But you, beloved, you will stand steady because you chose to listen. You chose to prepare. You chose to trust the voice of God through Michael's warning. That choice will save you more than you realize. Beloved, know this too. Your removal is not possible because you were planted by the Master's hand. Who can uproot what God Himself has planted? Who can silence a voice God Himself has anointed? Who can lock a door God Himself has opened? These are not just words, they are eternal laws. No human, no demon, no council of shadows can overturn them. They will try, yes, but they will fail. And their failure will not just protect you, it will promote you. Out of this meeting meant for harm will come a testimony meant for glory. You will rise, not fall. You will shine, not fade. You will expand, not shrink. For God does not allow His children to be pushed backward when He has declared their season of forward movement. My beloved, there is something you must know in this hour. The enemy is not only after your position, he is after your peace. He knows that if he can disturb your spirit, he can weaken your faith. That is why this message is arriving now. To restore your calm, to remind you that you are guarded, and to strengthen you so that no storm can shake you. 2 hours left, Michael says. And though the clock ticks in the natural, in the spirit, the countdown is already shifting the atmosphere. Heaven is moving faster than their whispers, and angels are intercepting their plans before they can even touch you. My child, you do not walk naked in this battle. You are clothed in light, and darkness cannot pierce it. Beloved child, do not forget how many times God has rescued you before. Remember when it looked impossible, yet suddenly the door opened. Remember when the voice of opposition was loud, but God silenced it with one turn of His hand. Remember when you thought you were finished, but you rose stronger than ever? Those were not coincidences. Those were proofs. Proofs that the same God who held you then is holding you now. Michael whispers, if He did not fail you yesterday, why would He fail you today? Beloved, faith is not about seeing everything clearly. It is about trusting even in the shadows. And today, even as shadows gather, your faith is your lamp, keeping your path lit. My dear one, the reason this message is so urgent is because the enemy wanted you unaware. He wanted you walking blindly into a trap, thinking everything was normal. But heaven interrupts that blindness with light. Do you not see how much love this is? God refuses to let you be tricked. God refuses to let you be cornered. That is why Michael was sent with urgency to cry out, "Open this now, beloved, before time runs out." Every second matters because in 2 hours the unseen will become visible. Those who were against you will be revealed, their schemes laid bare, and you will understand why God kept pressing this message into your hands. Beloved child, do not forget how many times God has rescued you before. Remember when it looked impossible, yet suddenly the door opened? Remember when the voice of opposition was loud, but God silenced it with one turn of His hand? Remember when you thought you were finished, but you rose stronger than ever? Those were not coincidences. Those were proofs. Proofs that the same God who held you then is holding you now. Michael whispers, if He did not fail you yesterday, why would He fail you today? Beloved, faith is not about seeing everything clearly. It is about trusting even in the shadows. And today, even as shadows gather, your faith is your lamp, keeping your path lit. My dear one, the reason this message is so urgent is because the enemy wanted you unaware. He wanted you walking blindly into a trap, thinking everything was normal. But heaven interrupts that blindness with light. Do you not see how much love this is? God refuses to let you be tricked. God refuses to let you be cornered. That is why Michael was sent with urgency to cry out, "Open this now, beloved, before time runs out." Every second matters, because in 2 hours, the unseen will become visible. Beloved, sometimes the greatest protection is information. When you know what is planned against you, you are already a step ahead. That is what heaven is giving you now, insight. You are not left wondering. You are not left doubting. You are being given the truth before it even unfolds. That is power. That is grace. That is divine favor. For the enemy thrives on secrecy, but God thrives on revelation. And every revelation is a weapon in your hand. Michael says, "With this knowledge, you will not stumble. With this warning, you will not be moved. With this message, you will rise above their plans." My beloved, let me paint this picture for you. Right now there are papers with your name written on them, but the ink of men cannot overpower the seal of heaven. Even as they write, even as they prepare, angels blot out their words with divine fire. What they think is official will never hold power, for God has His own book, and in that book, your story is already written. And that story does not end with removal. It ends with victory. It ends with testimony. It ends with a chapter so bright, the child of destiny. I know the burden you carry. It feels unfair. It feels heavy. It feels like you are always fighting battles you never asked for. But beloved, hear this clearly. Those battles are the evidence of your calling. God does not allow storms around empty trees. Storms surround trees heavy with fruit because the fruit is valuable. You are fruitful, beloved, and that is why they fight you. But what they do not understand is that the storm does not weaken the tree. It strengthens the roots. Every attack has only driven your roots deeper into God. And a tree with deep roots cannot be uprooted, no matter how strong the wind blows. Beloved child, the Spirit says this: "Do not worry about their meeting, for I have set my own meeting in heaven concerning you." Imagine it. While they gather in secret rooms, heaven's council gathers above. The Father sits in majesty. Jesus intercedes on your behalf. Michael stands as witness. And angels surround, declaring, "This one belongs to God. Who do you think will win? The voices of shadows or the decree of eternity?" You already know the answer, beloved. That is why fear is unnecessary. That is why panic is powerless. The outcome is already decided, and it is decided in your favor. Beloved, when the 2 hours end, a shift will happen. Do not be surprised when news reaches you, when a word slips from someone's mouth, when truth leaks out in a way no one expected. That will be your confirmation. It will sting, yes, because betrayal always hurts. But it will also free you because truth always liberates. And from that moment you will step into a new strength, a new clarity, a new level of protection. Michael says, "This exposure is not to harm you, it is to position you. For only when false ties are broken can true ties be formed. Only when lies are cut can truth flourish. Only when the counterfeit falls can the authentic rise." My child, listen carefully. You must remain steady. When the exposure comes, do not react with anger. Do not waste energy fighting with flesh. For your battle is not against flesh and blood, but against spirits of deception and envy. Let God handle them, for vengeance belongs to Him alone. Your task is to stay aligned, stay faithful, stay focused. And when you do, heaven will fight harder for you than you could ever fight for yourself. Beloved, let this sink deep. The God who split seas, who shut lions' mouths, who rained fire from heaven, that same God is standing for you. What enemy could possibly stand against Him? Beloved child, hear me again because the hour is critical. The reason Michael says 2 hours left is not to frighten you, but to awaken you. This is heaven's way of saying the window is small, the time is urgent, and the decision has already been made in your favor, if only you will believe. My beloved, they sit in their secret room. They speak in hushed tones. They nod their heads in agreement. But above them, there is another council, the council of heaven. And while men debate, God declares. While they plot, Michael defends. While they whisper, angels roar. And their whispers, no matter how venomous, cannot outpower the roar of heaven. Beloved, imagine this scene. Your name, spoken in darkness, suddenly echoes into light. The words meant to tear you down turn into proof that you were always too important to ignore. The fact that they gathered to discuss your removal is itself proof of your significance. Nobody wastes time planning against someone who does not carry weight. Do you see it now? The very reason you are attacked is the very reason you are chosen. The crown on your head, invisible to human eyes, irritates those who live in shadows. They cannot stand that God placed you higher than their expectations. And so they plan. But let them plan, for heaven has already unplanned what they designed. Child of destiny, do not fear their faces. When exposure comes, you will see things you did not expect. You will discover truths you may wish you had never known. But remember, God reveals only to heal, never to destroy. The pain of revelation will pass, but the clarity it brings will remain forever. Michael says, better to know the dagger in the hand of a friend than to live blind until it pierces you. This is love, beloved, divine love that saves you before the wound strikes. Do not be afraid. Beloved, your heart may ask, but why me, Lord? Why must I always be the one they push against? Listen closely, because you carry oil others do not. You carry favor that cannot be explained. You carry a destiny that irritates darkness. And when you walk into a room, your very presence shifts atmospheres. Some celebrate it, some envy it, but none can ignore it. This is why they plan against you. But Michael reminds you now, oil is never wasted, destiny is never erased, and your crown is never removed by the hands of men. God himself placed it, and he himself will guard it. Beloved, the Spirit whispers this. Do not react in fear when you hear their words. Do not tremble when you sense their plots. Instead, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. 2 hours left, and what the enemy intended as your fall will become the stage for your rise. When their plan fails, you will see who truly stands beside you. Friends will be revealed, enemies unmasked, strangers will rise as helpers, and God will show you that you were never as alone as you felt. The very hour des. Child of light, do you realize the beauty of this moment? Heaven is not silent. You are not walking blind. Even before their plan reaches your ears, heaven has spoken it to your spirit. That is why your chest feels heavy, why your hands tremble, why your thoughts circle this message. It is not ordinary text. It is living fire sent from above. Every word you read is oil being poured, fire being lit, a shield being raised. And if you keep listening, you will walk through the next 2 hours not in, beloved child. Let me tell you plainly, they cannot remove you because you are not positioned by men. You are positioned by God. And when God opens a door, no man can shut it. When God establishes a name, no tongue can erase it. When God seals a destiny, no counsel can break it. This is your truth. This is your anchor. This is your guarantee. The 2 hours left are not the sound of your ending. They are the sound of your vindication approaching. And when that hour strikes, the enemy will regret. Beloved child, do you understand now why you are under attack? It is not because you are weak. It is because you are dangerous to darkness. Your very existence, your very calling, your very anointing unsettles the enemy. That is why your name is on their lips in secret. That is why meetings form against you. That is why envy stirs where it should not. But beloved, do not mistake their noise for power. Noise is not power. They shout because they are afraid. They plot because they cannot stop what God has already set in motion. Michael says, their whispers are nothing but shadows in the wind. They cannot touch the child marked by God. My beloved, picture this. A council of men gathering with papers, files, and words, speaking in low tones, thinking they are in control. But over them, unseen, another council is already seated. The council of heaven, where God's decree has been spoken for eternity. In that counsel there is no debate. In that counsel there is no delay. The word of the Lord is final, and it declares that you cannot be removed. You cannot be erased. You cannot be silenced. What is rooted in God cannot be uprooted. This is why heaven says urgently, "Do not fear their faces, do not fear their plans, for their gathering is nothing compared to mine." Beloved child, the 2 hours left are not meant to torment you. They are meant to prepare you. God is showing you what is happening behind the curtain so that when it falls, you will not be shocked. Instead, you will stand steady. Instead, you will smile, knowing heaven told you first. That is what this message is. Advanced notice from the throne of God. They thought they were secret, but heaven has already exposed them. They thought they were hidden, but the light of God has already reached them. And when that light shines fully, everything they whispered will come out, and everything they plotted will be undone. My beloved, you must understand that the pain of revelation is also the gift of protection. When God shows you who is against you, He is not trying to hurt you. He is saving you from being blindsided. Michael says, "Better to cry now over a revealed enemy than to bleed later by an unseen one." This is mercy, beloved. Do not mistake it for cruelty. Every tear shed over truth is a shield against deeper wounds. And though it stings, it also frees. Truth sets you free, even when it burns. And once why, beloved, hold this in your heart. You are covered. Even now, angels are stationed around your home, around your heart, around your name. No paper can carry power greater than the seal of God's Spirit. No voice raised against you can be louder than the voice of heaven declaring, "This one is mine." My child, you may feel small, but in the Spirit you are surrounded by fire. And that fire terrifies the enemy more than you realize. That is why they meet in secret, because they cannot face you openly. They cannot stand in the light, so they hide in shadows. But shadows vanish when the sun rises. And the Son of God is rising over you now. Beloved one, the Spirit shows me this. When the 2 hours pass, confusion will strike them. What they agreed on will suddenly scatter. What they prepared will suddenly collapse. Someone among them will falter. Someone will expose their plan without meaning to. Someone will suddenly defend you when they had planned to stay silent. That is how God works. He turns their own table against them. Michael says, "Do not worry, beloved. The very meeting they formed will destroy itself, for no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you shall fall." Beloved, your destiny is not fragile. It is unshakable because it is held in God's hands. You are like a flame surrounded by storms, but instead of being extinguished, the storm only makes you burn brighter. That is why every attack you survived became fuel. That is why every betrayal became wisdom. That is why every closed door became redirection. The enemy never wins. He only strengthens the one he tried to destroy. And today will be no different. Their meeting will not remove you, it will raise you. Their whispers will not silence you. They will amplify you. Their plots will not end you. They will announce you. For this is the way of God. He turns every curse into a blessing, every plot into a platform, every battle into a breakthrough. Beloved, you feel the urgency pressing harder now, don't you? That is not panic. That is your spirit aligning with heaven's timing. The countdown is not for your loss, but for your unveiling. In 2 hours, something will shift in your atmosphere. You may hear news. You may sense change. You may witness exposure. But whatever form it takes, know this. God already stands on your side. Michael already guards your path. Angels already surround your life. And you, beloved, will come out not weaker but stronger. Not broken but whole, not forgotten but remembered. For the one who calls you his will never abandon you. Tools. Amen.